welcome to the stage, Mike Zakarian.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Little afternoon NBA bid for you. A little free agency fun, huh? Yeah, we're gonna go over some of the free agent stuff that happened over the weekend. Well, technically, it happened this afternoon, but we got a lot of it over the weekend. And then we'll have, I don't know, I guess we won't have like some major heavy hitting movement till July 6th. But the plan for this week is we're rocking right now. And then if anything crazy happens, we'll jump on. Otherwise, we'll be back again on Thursday. But who do we got in the chat this morning? Oh, this afternoon, excuse me. Comments says happy birthday to some oldies, but some goodies. And Mitch Rich and Trevor Ariza. There we go. Regulator in the chat saying conspiracy theory. The Hornets agreed not to take Ace at Ford, trade him to the Wizards if the Jazz promised future considerations. Yeah, I mean, I guess you could have just taken Ace though, right? And then gotten better trade value with that instead of being like, oh, we got Sexton for Nurk. But either way, that's fun. Happy National Meteor Watch Day from Snoopaloop. And then we got DJ Local in the chat. Love to see it. All right. Let's go. Let's start with the Lakers. We're just going to make our way through like the NBA Central Twitter account. So yes, and just so we have something to look at instead of my beautiful freaking face. So this was yesterday. We started the day with LeBron James. He wants a chance to compete for another championship and has been monitoring the Lakers' moves this offseason. What I thought was just amazing about this, and like, listen, I give Stephen A. Smith a ton of crap for being main character syndrome. This was some real main character syndrome stuff. And I'm of two minds of this, okay? Because part of it, I understand a little bit more. Part of it, I get. All right. He has had an incredible career. The Lakers signed him to this deal, right? This was a player option. So, like, in a way, he's well within his rights to opt in for those 54 or 52, whatever, $0.6 million, and then be like, hey, you guys figure it out. I'm not the general manager. I'm not the president of basketball operations. It's not my job to figure out how this roster works. You guys offered me the money. At the same time, it feels pretty insane to opt in for 50 whatever million and then be like, hey, guys, BT Dubs, it's really important for me to win. It's really like you could have restructured and gone back to the Lakers for less money, or you could have gone ahead and gone to a different team. It says, Mike, you are comparing Stephen A. main character energy to LeBron. Really, man, second team All NBA. Wait, hold on. I didn't say LeBron was bad at basketball. I didn't say that he was on my All NBA team. I didn't say that LeBron isn't the second best player of all time. I've said all those things, but why? What were those statements yesterday? Like, what are we doing? Like, it's not like he didn't know what the roster was before opting in. Like, either opt in, stand on your business on opt in, or go do it somewhere else. Or listen, dude, you've made billions and billions of dollars. And again, I'm not pocket watching, but you could have just been like, you know what, guys, I'm gonna come. You drafted my son. My boy, right? And then be like, I'll come back for $10 million. And then you can go sign whoever the fuck you want. Jalen Brunson did it. He's 40. Anyways, LeBron opts in. People are saying like, oh, is he going to get traded? No, he's not going to get traded. There's nobody you can trade him with. No one is going to be sacrificing multiple players to come bring this guy in for one season. Like, it's just not going to happen. There's no, like, everybody's like, oh, maybe Cleveland. It's not going to happen. Photoshop to Dallas. Oh, Jovan Boha was like, pay attention to Dallas. I don't think a trade's happening. I don't. If anything, he's probably just bitching and moaning a little bit, dominating, which we'll talk about in a second. Will arrive into LA, and then who knows? But that's how we started the day. And then the next thing that happens is our guy Malik Beasley, Mr. Shimmy Shake. Malik Beasley under federal investigation for the gambles presented by FanDuel, the gambles. And then, of course, we saw all of the highlights going around of like him chasing some buckets there late. Also, can you guys hear me okay right now? Is my video? I'm getting a connection unstable thing. Weird. Um, but then we got a bunch of saw a bunch of videos. NBA Twitter got to work. I made sure we get to all see that. That sucks. I will say, I mean, listen, I'm not a lawyer, but I play one on TV. I would have to bet that if it is a federal investigation and they're letting you know what's happening, very rarely do you come out winning. That's just how that works. So my guess is Malik Beasley is not going to be signing a 3-year, $42 million with the Detroit contract with the Detroit Pistons, which is what it looked like. And allegedly, this is stemming from his time with the Milwaukee Bucks. Is this Giannis's fault? Next on First Take. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. That sucks, though. And then immediately, like, some other dominoes started happening because now Detroit needs some shooting. Duncan Robinson was owed $20 million by the Miami Heat, and he left. He just left. He opted out. So I that's a real bet on yourself stuff. Taylor in the chat saying everyone in Denver wants him. I don't think it's even possible without sending Jamal out. Yeah, it's not happening. It's not happening. LeBron's not going anywhere. He's not going anywhere. At least I don't think. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. But that's how we started the day yesterday. It was Sunday. People are saying Dorian Finney-Smith would fit nice in Detroit. I thought we had it on good authority that Mr. Dodo, Dorian Finney-Smith, had basically said he was going to Houston. I saw some decent reporting here. Not decent. I don't know why I said it like that. Let me go find the quote. I believe it was from Anthony Irwin. I think it was from Anthony. Or let me share. Let me actually grab Harrison Fagan. But it had it on good authority that the Lakers were. Oh wait, why is this? Okay, Twitter sucks. What happened to Twitter? What happened to the game I love? Wow, that's so weird. I searched him and he put him all the way at the bottom. Okay, hold on. Sorry. One more second. All right, here it is. So this is let's share this clip right here. Let's share this clip. We can watch it together. Here we go. This is Anthony Irwin. Here we go.
The word out there is that Rob Pelinka was going out there and talking to teams about Dorian's knee to try to tank Dorian's free agency value and the offers that could potentially come in on him. Word is that got back to Dorian and his camp. And now you have a situation here where even if the Lakers came in with an offer above what the Houston Rockets are prepared to offer, I think I saw something in the ballpark of 4 years at the full mid-level exception for Dorian whenever he goes to Houston. This is a tough look.
There you go. Bang, bang. So Pelinka and the Lakers got chalking that trash there. And it seems like Dorian Finney-Smith is going to be making his way downtown to Houston, which, again, man, the Houston Rockets just having a legendary offseason, right? They restructure Freddie VanVleet's deal. They get Jabari Smith Jr. at a pretty reasonable number. He comes back. They go get Kevin Durant for Jalen Green, pick number 10, Dylan Brooks. I mean, Houston is just primed to either ride this out and just go with the roster they have, or to be able to just make another massive move if Houston wanted to. So kudos to them. The Lakers, on the other hand, are in some real trouble here, only because I think if you had asked them to bet on it, which Malik Beasley, he would have signed up at the end of this season, you knew the relationship that Dorian Finney-Smith had with Luka Magic, which, by the way, let's do a Luka Magic drop. Let's do a Luka Magic drop because it has been a while.
Luka Magic.
So there you go. You would have bet that Dodo and Luka are boys, and you would have assumed that Dorian Finney-Smith would be staying with the Lakers. That's a pretty big blow to Los Angeles when you think about how they defended at the end of last season, which I know they were pretty much exposed in that Timberwolves series, but for the most part, played some pretty solid defense considering they were running out Jackson fucking Hayes as their center, right? You had Rui Hachimura out there, but Dorian Finney-Smith, whether he was starting or coming off the bench, was basically playing 38 minutes a game. solid 3-and-D guy, and just like a perfect fit for Houston if that is where he ends up. But the Lakers, like, I don't know what their moves are going to be. You know, they have to continue to dangle Austin Reeves as a trade asset. Reeves, who declined, you know, the potential extension, which is what the most that the Lakers could offer him, right? It was like 3 for $90 or something like, no, maybe 4 for $90. So I think it was 4 for $90. So he's going to enter free agency next year. And so now he's been rumored to be on the block. Now we should talk DeAndre Ayton a little bit because that was nuts. So let's go pull this. This happened last night under the coat of darkness. What? Let's go. Let me pull this up. Actually, let me just share my own Twitter because I did share it. There it is. Bang. Okay, so DeAndre Ayton finalized a buyout of with the Portland Trail Blazers. So what this means here, and Bobby Marks broke it down a little bit, but because there are like the second apron doesn't like necessarily apply to this. So Ayton can kind of go wherever for $14 million, essentially. The Lakers, now, if Dorian Finney-Smith does not return, which it sounds like he's not going to, would make a ton of sense for DeAndre Ayton to get there because that's what he would make is $14 million. Another thing that was floated out there by the Hoop Collective bros is it sounds like Brook Lopez will no longer be a Milwaukee Cuck. And if that does happen, then Ayton could be somewhat of a good fit over there. I'm trying to think, what are some other, the only one that I could think of was Andre Drummond, but a guy in his max contract, his first max contract to be bought out, which is crazy. Hey, Weisberg, you can't come in the chat pretending like you're dropping alpha when we just fucking covered it. You know what I'm saying? You got to get here on time, Mike. You got to get here on time. We already covered it. We showed video footage of it. All right. You're way behind, Weisberg. But I'm trying to think like when the last time somebody like was a max. The only one I can think of is Andre Drummond. I'm sure I'm missing some other ones, but this is, you know, again, and if you go look, and I tweeted this out last night, but if you go look at this was basically a part of a 3-team trade when this went down. Ready? And here we go. Thank you to Google AI. In a 3-team trade involving the Phoenix Suns, the Portland Trail Blazers, and the Milwaukee Bucks, DeAndre Ayton was traded to the Blazers. The trade was part of a larger deal that also sent Dame to the Bucks. The Suns received Yusuf Nurkic, Grayson Allen, Nasir Little, and Keon Johnson. Portland also acquired Drew and some draft picks. Did everybody lose this trade? Did everybody lose it? Tumani Kamara, the best asset of that entire deal, and that was just a throw-in. That is just a throw-in. It's just wild that this is where we are. So I put out there the obvious Laker fit and then Milwaukee possibly. Any other landing spots for our guy dominating that we would see? I still have a soft spot that I root for DeAndre, and I don't know why. I think I really hated the way Monty Williams handled that situation when clearly there was some friction. And I'm not absolving DeAndre Ayton from his behavior and lack of accountability, but there was a part of it where this is this young dude just got maxed. And then his coach was like, yeah, I haven't talked to him in months because I'm mad at him. I just think that's weird. And I think that's bad leadership. And listen, I maybe I still got the Monty Detroit taste in my mouth when he was so terrible. But yeah, I don't know. I still kind of root for him. Ayton to Milwaukee. Yeah, that was the one that I threw out there. Hershey was saying, what about Golden State? I did see Weisberg read that Mark Stein report from Steiny Mo and Jake Fisher about the Golden State Warriors ramping up some interest in Al Horford. They were coming out of the Celtics camp that we had 2 updates here where Al Horford is still reviewing his options, which retirement is also one of those. And then, the Warriors and the Knicks both being linked. Luke Cornett was the other one. And apparently the Clippers are going after the old Lukey Cornett. So there's a real world where that Celtics team is going to look so different potentially. When the Drew and KP deals went down, and then it seemed pretty clear they were going to move off Simons too, I thought for sure one, or if not both, of Allen Cornett were going to be here next season, but it kind of is starting to look like that might not be the case. We also got to talk about our Buzz City bitches, the Charlotte Hornets, which we kind of talked about here at the beginning. And that is because, let me stop sharing screen and go get the other one. We had one of the weirder trades that have happened in a while. And I know Bill Simmons in his podcast was trying to trying to figure out what the hell happened. But the sex god himself, Colin Sexton, is going to Charlotte for the aforementioned Yusuf Nurkic. Was just pretty surprised by this deal all around. So let me share the NBA Central again. We've got, here we go. So the Hornets are receiving Sexton in 2031 second-round pick. Utah is receiving Nurkic. We also got word today over in Utah that Jordan Clarkson is in the process of being bought out. So, and that I don't think that's too surprising. I think that, if you want to knock Danny Ainge a little bit for how he handled this, I mean, he basically got nothing back for Colin Sexton and absolutely nothing back for Jordan Clarkson. And I do think both of those guys had some trade value. And I think we all assumed both of them were going to get dealt during the trade deadline last year. And now it is like watching free agency happen right now. Outside of what's it? Oh my God, regulator! Regulator, are you serious? Are you doing a bit right now? Are you doing a bit, regulator, or are you for real? Regulator's pulling a Weisberg here. Just only 5 minutes after Weisberg did it. You guys are trying to get me to lose my mind. But I don't understand. I don't understand why you couldn't get anything for Jordan Clarkson. But when you look around the league right now, all of these deals are kind of small, right? The only team that decided not to look into the future about what this second apron is doing is the Minnesota Timberwolves. Like, I don't know if you guys saw the deals here. So what did Naz Reid end up getting? It's basically, oh gosh, is it 5 years, 125? Does that sound right? Let me see if I can scroll back a little bit further, because Naz Reid, and again, the Hoop Collective brought this up. I can't really take this as my own bit here, but Naz Reid essentially signed for 5 for 125. I think that's right. Bobby Portis, on the other hand, sorry, I know I'm just like scrolling through Twitter right now. Bobby Portis, on the other hand, was like half of that, I think. And that does seem kind of bizarre that they would handle it that way, because now you once again are just paying all of these bigs. I don't know why I can't find it, but Julius Randle got 3 years, $100 million. That wasn't too surprising. Naz Reid, again, maybe did somebody put it? Bobby, here he goes. Bobby in the chat. I think Bobby for 3 for 44. Yeah, that's right. Regulator. No, we had already covered it. We covered it. We showed the video and everything. We talked about it. And then the second we were done, Weisberg came in and was like, guys, breaking news. And then so a minute passed and then you came in and did the same thing. But anyways, my point being is that Minnesota seems to be locking in some money here instead of negotiating. And now, because of this, Nickeil Alexander-Walker is on his way out. So they've re-signed Randall. They've re-signed Naz Reid. And I love Naz Reid. I'm pro-Naz. I just am surprised. I'm surprised he got as much as they did. That's the only thing. That's the only thing I was surprised by. But Minnesota still, looks like it's going to be Terrence Shannon Jr. season. Yeah, there we go. So, all right. So it was, I got it right. 5-1. So they're paying Naz Reid 5 for 125. They're paying Randall 3 for $100. And then you're paying Rudy, whatever you're still paying Rudy. So you're still paying 3 centers a lot. And then you lose a pretty valuable wing in Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And now there's real pressure on guys like Terrence Shannon and Rob Dillingham to perform at a high level. And then, Jabari Smith Jr. is signing a 5-year, $122 million extension. Yeah, again, I thought we had talked about that one at the top too. That was a good, I thought, but I don't think that's a terrible deal. So who would you rather pay more, Naz Reid or Jabari Smith Jr.? I love Naz Reid. I think Naz Reid is I think if you're building a so rare lineup, you're more excited to put Naz Reid in it, But Jabari Smith Jr., with what Houston's doing, I think makes a ton of sense. Okay, listen, I thought you guys were all going to pick Naz Reid, Jabari. And yeah, Westbrook, regulator said Westbrook to the Knicks is potentially a thing that's happening right now. I mean, look, so they need somebody to do a lot there, to just go out there and just run around. They could use that. All right, Weisberg would take Nas. So Weisberg is the fish of the chat. There you go. You got it. Breaking news. Weisberg the fish. Yeah, Nas Reed. I mean, like, listen, Nas is great. Former 6-man of the year. Probably should have gotten some more 6-man of the year buzz this year. But let's. I'm gonna pull up some basketball reference stuff over here. So he averaged 14 and 6 this year. Jabari averaged, let's see, 12 and 7. So he 1 more rebound, 2 less points, and can defend way better. So I don't know. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to give me the Jabari. Give me the Jabari. Man, oh man, says we need a Shaq type center. Man, who's we? Who are we talking about? And what era Shaq? We talking Cleveland Shaq? Who are we talking about? All right, who else? What other spots did we miss here over the weekend? We got the Lonzo trade, Lonzo to Cleveland. Lonzo to Cleveland was kind of interesting. All right, you're talking about the Lakers. Yeah, it's dominating or Clint Capella. Those are your options, buddy. Those are your options. So Lonzo Ball went to Cleveland for Isaac Okoro, and that is a trade that doesn't matter, but we talked a lot about it. There was a lot of tweets about it. I don't think Okoro is going to play too much in playoff minutes. Honestly, Lonzo probably did. I mean, if Lonzo can stay healthy, that's a lot of fun. Pelinka, yes, Tesla. Thank you, though, for doing a bit. And then there we go. Yes, we did touch upon it there at the top. I don't have any good alpha on it or anything like that. The only thing I was saying is that, very rarely do federal investigations get announced that aren't pretty locked up, So it's not good. It's not good. Regulator said, is it Hassan Yang? Or I don't really know. What do you mean you got him now? He's on the Hornets? What do you mean? Did he go to Charlotte? Did I miss that? Did a trade just happen? Ooh, man. It's hot. I don't know where you guys are at right now. It is hot in New York today. New York City, 90 plus degrees. Absolutely cooking me right now. Yang instead of Shaq. I got you. Yeah, I don't really know. We haven't really come up with any other good DeAndre Aton landing spots. Are you guys of the mindset, like, I was talking about this on Hoop Sense earlier today. Do you guys think that DeAndre Aton in a new home for like $14 or $15 million, does that excite you? Like, I can't tell if Aton is bad considering he was on a max contract versus like if you're paying, for 15 and 15, right? 15 and 15. That's basically what you're paying for. And I mean, 15 boards is pretty too high. Man, you guys, we're going to do a mental health check. Let's do one. Stan loves trying to get involved in bits. We got to do a mental health check.
We can't go down this road. We can't talk about like how you need to have had sex in order to have responsibility. I just think it changes you, I think it changes you.
We are just a few, what are we, 10 days away here? 10 days away from Summer League, which is very exciting. I wanted to just shout out the plans here quickly. We are going to be there Thursday. Well, I'm going to get there the 10th. I'm going to be dipping the morning of the 14th. We got a decent crew coming through here as well. So we got Borland's going to be out there. We got actually Jeb Bush, Patrick Coyne, Stubbs is going to be out there. Justin and Steve from the 89 Cavs. Kelsey's going to be out there. My brother-in-law. Weisberg's going to be out there. We got JJL Smith going out. We got Coach Stark Holmes. We've got Top Shot Tesla. We got Andy Mack. We got the Top Shot Common Man. So we're rolling pretty deep here this summer. If you are going to be out there and you haven't let us know, we are going to be, we'll be at the MGM Grand. Let us know. We're going to games. I got tickets to go on Thursday. Planning on going on Friday. That's going to be a good time. And then probably Sunday as well. We've got a pool. We got a little cabana action on Saturday at the MGM Grand. So we're going to be having a really good time. So if you are interested in going out, would love to see you guys out there. It's going to be fun. I'm really looking forward to it. I don't think I'm mentally ready. I'm starting to get there. Everything is booked. Flights, we're good to go. Ready to cook. ready to get out in Vegas, but I'm just like hot in general right now, and it's slowing me down. It's slowing down my brain thinking, all of that stuff. What other off-season thing? What other free agency things we got to get into? While I wait for the chat to respond, I'm gonna flash something out there for you. We are absolutely cooking on the Celtics Daily channel. Okay, so if you haven't checked it out yet, it's been popping off the last 2 weeks or so. We are now up around, let's see, 989 subs. Today's video is almost at 3K views. Look at that, 7, 7.5, 4.5, 15, 4. All right, so we're almost over at 1,000 over there. So if you haven't checked it out, that channel's only 2 months old. 2 months old right now. So go check that out if you haven't had a chance yet. Would love to see you over there. Would love to see you over there. But it's been cool seeing that thing grow pretty organically without really plugging it too much. That's been a lot of fun. That has been a lot of fun. All right, so we got Russ potentially to the Knicks. The Knicks, the other off-season storyline for the Bing Bong Boys, the Knickerbockers, they are apparently down to Taylor Jenkins and Mike Brown for their new head coach or their head coaching vacancy. I don't know if you guys saw, they did reach out to Dawn Staley over the weekend, which, you know, they're just reaching out to everybody, man. They're reaching out to everybody, staying relevant, staying in the conversation, just reminding us that they're reaching out to literally everyone. So that's fun. Here's the Al Horford stuff we talked about. Let's see if there's anything else we missed. Amani Bates, man. Where's Amani Bates going? Now, unrestricted free agent. Let's take a flyer on Amani Bates. I don't hate that at all. What else we got? Hold on. Our guy, Silver Fox, messaged me right now. What's up? What's up, Silver Fox, if you're watching? Nickeil Alexander-Walker. So it sounds like Atlanta is the front runner for Nickeil Alexander-Walker. I got to tell you, while the Celtics probably land in like a 4 or a 5 seed this year, you know, Atlanta might be the team we're rallying around. We were early on the Denver Nuggets. We were early on the Oklahoma City Thunder. We were early on NBA Top Shot. Now we're going to be early on the Atlanta Hawks. I've talked myself into them. If they get Nickeil Alexander-Walker, right, let's assume Reece Shea is going to start. But that they're starting 5. And let's assume Porzingis comes off the bench because we don't trust his ass. All right? This is their 7. I think they're 7. And I might be missing somebody. But they've got Trae Young, Dyson Daniels, Zachary Shea, Jalen Johnson, and Yeka Kongwu with the Zanger and Nickeil Alexander-Walker coming off the bench. That's a fire 5. I'm in. I'm in on this. I'm in on the Atlanta Hawks. I think they're going to be my team. I think I'm going to roll with them. I think I'm going to do it. So get on board with me. The other team I'm really I love Jalen Johnson and Dyson Daniels too. You look at the rest of the Eastern Conference, I just like it. I think I'm with them. Yeah, with them. Detroit Pistons, Orlando. This is got like we might as well call the Eastern Conference Brooklyn. All right, and we've got like Williamsburg, where it's like the Knicks and the Cavs, but then we're getting into Bushwick. Then we're getting into Carroll Gardens. We're getting into not Park Slope, Bed-Stuy. We're messing around here with the Orlando Magic, the Atlanta Hawks, the Detroit Pistons. All right, we're gonna be fucking hipsters this year in the Eastern Conference. Might still be church league, but it's gonna be. Early on ballers. Hell yeah. Let's do a Detroit drop just for our guy. J-Cat.
Detroit basketball.
There we go. Beautiful. Simmons. Regulator said Bill Simmons called the Heat the Kings of the East. Will they make a move? Yeah. Stan, how are you feeling about Miami right now? Like, what are we thinking? How are we feeling about the Miami Heat? I feel like the only move they've made so far is Duncan Robinson just leaving the team, which probably frees up some money. Are we like leaning in to the young guys? It's Pelly Larson, Nikola Jovic, Kalel Ware. I am ready for Kel'el Ware breakout is coming. Kel'el Ware is going to be second in the NBA in blocks this season behind Wembanyama. Probably third behind Chet Holmgren too. Speaking of the Oklahoma City Thunder, did you guys, I'm sure you all saw the report now. J-Dub was playing with a torn ligament in his wrist since the end of the regular season, the entire postseason. And like, listen, he could have easily leaked that shit out in like the second, or not the, yeah, in the second round when he scored like 9 points in game 3 or whatever it was, or game 4. And he didn't. I don't know. I respect to J-Dub. Yeah, Wiggins does. Yeah, he just had surgery today. J-Dub had surgery today. Wiggins does seem gone. Yeah. I can tell Lakers fans are in their feelings right now because Dustin was texting me today being like, I'd be pretty excited if we got Andrew Wiggins. I guess. But yeah, I don't know what Miami does. You just lean into the young guys. Apparently you really did not want Kevin Durant, if you think about it. How long till draft shorts dump on my YouTube feed? Like double dribble draft? Is that what you're talking about? I don't think I'm going to be doing shorts. I don't think I'm doing YouTube shorts anymore. I'll put them on TikTok and on Twitter and on Instagram Reels. It might infiltrate your Reels. But here's a disclaimer. YouTube shorts just nukes your algorithm. It's bad. It's bad for business. Regulator said, here we go, Regulator. Another rumor, and I'm first on this. Take it for what it's worth. But I've heard from multiple sources that the Ayton buyout is an under-the-table deal between the Blazers and the Lakers. Blazers let Ayton go and will sign with the Lakers, and then the Lakers trade for Rui and Grant. Lakers essentially get 2 players for the price of 1. Blazers get rid of both Ayton and Grant. Wow. Okay. You've heard from multiple Regulator. Who the fuck are you talking to, by the way? Who are you talking to? Can I give you something? You remember our guy Gnome? Do you remember our guy Gnome? To Dustin in the chat. Oh, you just hit the draft. It was all on the So Rare NBA channel. Yeah, it was all on the So Rare NBA channel. That's why you missed it. We did some stuff though. We did some breakdowns. We were there early. That was fun. The draft was awesome. I'll send it to you, Consigliere. All right. Hold on. I'm going to stop sharing screen for this because I got to get into the DMs. Our guy Gnome was sending me some crazy Windhorse shit. Ready? I'm going to try to do this as best I can here. He's talking to Jackson. Oh, well done. All right, here we go. Ready for this? Get ready. So this is from our guy Gnome. He goes like this. So obviously the biggest question of the offseason is where is Giannis Antetokounmpo going? And I would never assume that he goes to Portland, but think about this. They just brought Drew Holiday back. Drew Holiday, Jesus Christ. They just brought Drew Holiday, who Giannis loves, which also looked like an extremely unusual trade. The Blazers own the Bucks draft pick unprotected in 2029 and have pick swap rights for the Bucks picks in 2028 and 2030. The Blazers have plenty of young players that could be nice trade chips. You get Scoot, Sharp, Kamara, Klingon. They also have Denny and Grant salary to make the money work if needed. Plus, they just made a trade in the draft and got another 2028 unprotected pick from the Magic. Plus, they are buying out Ayton to clear out the salary cap. Do you see what I'm seeing? Bottom line, they can give the Bucks control back of their picks from 2028 to 2030. The Magic pick in 2028 have all their own picks, a few young talents. And then you've got Giannis running out there with Scoot or Sharp, Drew, Kamara, and Denny. How do we feel? Woo! I don't know. I think it's wrong. I think it's not going to happen, but that's hot as hell. That is how you do content. That was a really good one. That's like really seeing through the matrix. It's not happening, though. It's definitely not happening. But I like that idea. And people are saying he's never going to Portland. Dude, come on, man. You don't know. It's Giannis. Giannis is different than the rest of them. You see Giannis has maybe the most corny social media presence I've ever seen. He could do Portland. For sure. All right, let's go back over to NBA Central or maybe Centel. We can start looking at the stuff Regulator was looking at over there. He was deep in Spotrac. Also, yeah, shout out Masai. Masai all done in Portland. I mean in Portland. In what's his name? All done in Toronto. All done in Toronto. Seemed to be a corporate decision. I wonder what he does next. Linked to a couple of things already. I think Atlanta being one, right? Was Atlanta being one of them? But if I'm him, man, just go do some media. You know, Masai, go do some media. Go get overpaid to do something. You know, you don't need to jump back in. Just relax, baby. Relax. He's going to go do Joe Dumars. He's going to do the Joe Dumars. Tesla said he's saying, I'm just saying, don't jump into a way too for a year, dude. For a year. I'm not saying do it full time. I just don't think you should rush in to the next role. All right? Take some time away. Listen, we've all been out of a relationship, and then like those next couple of months are a little hairy. I'm just saying, don't do maybe a lot hairy. we need a mental health check. But I'm just not going to do it, guys. And it feels good to not cave to the chat because I am the boss. Like I said earlier, I'm in charge today. I am in charge. You can't tell me what to do. There we go. All right. Tesla thinks he's doing politics. He's doing politics. All right. Go do whatever you want, man. Go do whatever you want. That is the best part, though. Everybody should get fired from a job one time where they still have to pay you after that. I think that's the best. That is the best. My Clippers joke makes your Golden State look too serious. I don't know what you guys are talking about. If that happens to you, the Cronin. Yeah. The Clippers too. So they've done some stuff. They got Harden to renegotiate a little bit, so they're still paying James Harden, but spread out over a couple of years. Nicolas Batum, he stepped out and then restructured. He came back, and it looks like are we bringing Lob City back to Clip City, bitch? It looks like Chris Paul wants to return to LA, be closer to his family, which could be Lakers or Clippers, but seems like it's going to be the Clippers. Would be my guess, anyways. And I think that covers just about everybody, right? Did I miss anything else here? We talked Russ a little bit. Al Horford. I mean, I don't think we're going to get word on Al Horford for another week or two. The biggest dominoes to drop now, like Dorian Finney-Smith, it does sound like he's going to be with the Rockets. We got Nickeil Alexander-Walker, DeAndre Aton. Those are like two of the bigger names. I think that's kind of it. Luke Cornett, I'm just fascinated by. I'm curious to see if other teams are going to try to make a run at Luke Cornett. And I think what's interesting about it is that, like, for the Celtics just have just such a small window where they can, like, there's only so much money they can spend. And so, like, if a team comes in, it's like, Luke, you want 3 for 38 or something like that? I just don't know if they'll be able to match it. So, Tesla said keep an eye on ownership stake with Seattle groups from a side. That'd be cool. I do like that. Sneeps was early on Cornette. Yeah, he's got his top shot moments. Speaking of expansion, Detroit Shock, welcome back to the WNBA. Cleveland, welcome back to the WNBA. Philadelphia, welcome to the WNBA. Joel Peralta, his thoughts on Mr. Kuminga. It seems like Miami's really kicking the tires on Kuminga right now. We were talking about what kind of moves could they make. It does sound like the sign and trade with Mr. Kuminga sounds in play. I like Kuminga. I mean, I think there's some real concerns. I don't think you should be going. He can't stay in Golden State. It's like too clear that he doesn't like being there and they don't like him being there. So at some point, like, it's just bad for business for everybody. Everybody involved could use a fresh start. So I hope Kuminga is given a fresh start. I do think Miami, with where they are right now, kind of makes some sense. I'm okay with that. I haven't heard buzz anywhere else. I am really interested to see what Detroit does now with no Beasley. Like, do they try to make a run at Nickeil Alexander-Walker? Do they make a run at some of these guys who, like, were off, Duncan Robinson, that were off the table, that are now back on the table? Maybe they actually, like, Dennis Schroeder mentioned that he wanted to stay in Detroit, but it seemed like Detroit didn't want him. So I'm really interested to see, like, those those secondary Eastern Conference teams I'm going to be watching pretty closely. Chameleon Monta Ellis, that's good. Yeah, and it sounds like Dallas finally found their point guard, baby. D'Lo, when has that ever gone wrong? That's great. D'Angelo Russell. So that's what's your starting five? You got D'Lo and Clay. Is that your backcourt? D'Lo and Clay. D'Lo and Clay. Wow. So you'll have those two, along with and then PJ Washington, Cooper Flagg, and Anthony Davis. Is that your five? I hear the Nets could offer him the most, but who knows with them? Yeah, I don't know what Brooklyn's doing. Honestly, I don't know what Brooklyn is doing. I don't. Nikhil back to Canada. That could be fun. I don't know what Toronto's doing either, man. I'm sorry. I know you guys are Raptors fans. I know you're believers. I have no idea what the vision is of this team. They still refuse to get guys that can shoot 3-pointers. When do you start getting some shooting? What are we doing? Anthony Davis at the 4, Lively at the 5. Yeah, maybe. Dallas is going to be a fascinating team. I don't know what they do. I mean, they just got to stay above water until Kyrie comes back. But that's the problem. This Western Conference is so deep. It's so deep. Over the Masai fire or the Masai firing or over the draft pick? Specifically, what did you almost cancel Vegas for? You got to get some shooting, though. Bring back Gary Trent Jr., Norman Powell. It seems like Norman Powell is going to be on a different team soon because I just don't know if they're going to be able to pay everybody. Maybe Stormin Norman comes back to Toronto. Doesn't really make sense with the roster you're building right now. But you think about those, again, you see what Randall just got paid. You saw what Naz Reid. Well, those are bad examples, but you're seeing what everyone else is getting paid. And then think about how much you're spending on Ingram, how much you paid RJ or IQ specifically. I don't know. I want Toronto to be good because I am a Scotty Barnes fan. You know I like that big Grady Dick. I want him. I want him to be good. I want him to be relevant. And I know we have a lot of Raptors fans that tune into the show, so I want them to be good. They just have yet to be good. At least since they've gotten rid of everybody. I think another name to watch, too. I know we're just naming dudes right now, but we'll wrap up here in the next 10 minutes or so. Unless you guys have more stuff, keep them firing. Miles Turner, what do the Pacers do with Miles Turner now that the Pacers are without Halliburton, I don't know. Wait, you don't think you can make it to Vegas? Wait, we're Thursday to Saturday and we bring the kids, stay downtown, but it's looking unlikely. All right. Well, keep us posted, Consigliere. We'll be there Thursday to Monday. I'll go downtown to see you if you end up coming down. We should do a downtown night. We should. Real quick, just a couple of reminders and some stuff for the rest of this week. I finally do have some fantasy basketball content coming up later this week. We did an episode of Hoop Sense yesterday. We'll probably do 89 Cavs at some point this week. The next NBA bit will be Thursday afternoon, unless something crazy goes down. If something crazy goes down, we'll fire it back up. If something crazy goes down. But I don't think we'll get too much stuff. But yeah, I think that's it. Unless you guys have anything else. If you haven't subscribed to the Celtics channel, do that. If this is your first time here, hey, thanks for hanging out. I appreciate you guys. We did an episode of Hoop Sense earlier today. I think I messaged that. Yeah, Shams did say there's going to be some pretty big deals tonight. If that happens, wait, is that true? Weiss is on playback tonight for free agency. Is that true? There's going to be some big deals tonight. Yeah, if we get some crazy stuff happening tonight, I'll jump back on. I will jump back on. MLB content Dunzo. I got to tell you, Taylor, I tried, man. I tried. You know what? It's too easy. The game's not easy, but what the content side of it is, where it's just these are the plays because they play more games. It's a little less. I'm enjoying playing So Rare MLB. I like talking about it in the Discord. Content wise, it was kind of a struggle. So that's why I slowed down. And it seemed like it was really just for you and Borland and DJ Local, who I love you guys, but we should just talk about it in the Discord. And Mike Baston. What qualifies as crazy? That's a great point. I don't know. You know when you see it. You know when you see it. You do. You do. I'll build some silver MLB lineups right now, though. I'll do that while everyone leaves because we're doing it. But I've been so bad. I've been so bad. We do need some MLB play. But I thought Borland was going to be all over that. I thought he was going to be all over it. All right, let's build some. I'll show you what I did last week. Last week was a pretty frustrating game week. Again, I usually have one lineup in contention. This one came in 182nd. Chapman was pretty disappointing. Mookie sucked, man. 2 points for Mookie. What are we doing? What are we doing, Mookie? All right, but let's go to this week. So there's a couple teams with 4 games, right? Champion. Also, you guys watching TV? We finished the Bear this weekend. I've got some thoughts. I won't share them here, though. No spoilers. I'll wait. We watched the Bear and Welcome to Wrexham. I think that's it. I think that's all I did, actually. Also, I had a softball game this weekend, and I'm just going to tell you right now, I had 3 home runs. All right? We went yard 3 times. Don't let the arms fool you. Do not let the arms fool you. 3 bombs. Had my first 40 and over game. 5 threes. I did go like 0 for 8 at the beginning of the first half. Over. We only had 5 guys. It was tough. It probably went like 5 for 14. It wasn't a great shooting night. It was not a great shooting night, but I hit 5 of those 3. I hit 5 of them in a row. It was basically like a 15-0 run I went on. That was pretty sick. All right, here we go. Let's get Garrett Crotchet face. Let's get a little Crochet DeGrom. Those are my highest projected guys. Also Logan Gilby, but he's been pretty bad. So Crochet is gonna be my first one. I know it's against Cincinnati, but that's all right. Let's see. What about we got to throw Munoz in there? He's not been pitching a ton because the Mariners suck. Also Hoffman. Blue Jays have been like sneaky good, but I don't love the matchup against the Skanks. All right, let's see. I think we got to play the Skankies here because I don't have a ton of guys with 4 games. Well, we have Devers with 4. That'll be our first play. Let's see. All right, we got Alejandro Kirk going 4 times. Let's see. Anybody? Any other 4 baggers? Anthony Volpe. We also have Austin Wells, but none of those guys have I think we just go Mookie against Chicago or Lindor against Brew Crew. Corey Seager. Actually, Seager's been hot lately. It might be the Seager favor. Let's throw him in there. Let's see. We got Buxton with 3 games. See, my so rare cards suck this game week. Gary L with 4. Man. Yeah, this is bad. This is bad. Big Jays versus Yanks. Yeah, you saw Mickey 17. I really want to go see F1 this weekend. People are really hyped about F1. I haven't seen it, but I've heard good things. Oh, Julio Rodriguez. I missed J-Rod right there with Seattle. I think I got Bellinger as 4 games, right? Let's get Belly Boy in there. Bellinger. There we go. I thought I have Jazz, right? Do we get Jazz Chiz in my face? Wait, why is it not showing me Jazz? That's weird. Why is it not showing me my cards? I definitely have a Jazz card. Wow. What's up, Jacob? That's all right. That's all right. We still got to do it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. Do you have enough vaulted for a legend comp? I don't think so. I hate that it's not showing me. How frequently do these betting scandals have to do before Adam pivots a little? Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm more surprised by this one just because Malik Beasley had made some money. I'm a little bit surprised by this one. Let's see. I don't think I can do. Can I? No, I'm only. What do I have to get? I need to vault 22 more to get to level 5. All right. Sorry. I'm gonna do these later. I'm gonna do them later. Yeah, I don't want to speculate too much, but I follow Raheem Palmer, who is pretty well connected in the betting spaces, and it does sound like, again, I know this is all alleged. I don't know anything, but it sounds like Beasley was was messing around a little bit. So I don't know. I don't know. And it, again, like I said at the top, very rarely do federal investigations just like, very rarely are they wrong, I guess. Not that I'm pro-government over here. Anti-establishment, baby. Also, we need 9 more subs over on the Celtics Daily to get to 1K. Can we go do it? Oh, it's only level 4. I can do it. Wait, but can I only use vaulted cards in that one? Vaulted, excuse me, or can I use all of them? But yeah, we need 9 more subs. Go over there. Go over to the Celtics Daily, will you? Will you? All right, dudes, we're gonna call it there. So just a reminder: if stuff goes down, we'll be live again at any point. We'll drop what we're doing because I'm about to ruin. Sorry, we'll just go live whenever, especially because I'm around tonight, and then as well later this week. Weisberg saying Nada that you're hearing Nada the Pistons. I'm hearing Atlanta's got the front card, the first place, the lead car, whatever the hell we call it. So we'll see. All right, dudes, have a wonderful afternoon. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me. We'll talk to you soon. We out.